This is a production of Speed Sport, America's motorsports authority since 1934. Today, a unique opportunity here at Multimatic in Mooresville, North Carolina. Harry Tincknell is with us. This is the Mazda Motorsports DPI. Harry, can you give us a tour of the cockpit of your office here?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the best offices in the world, I must say. It's obviously very tight and compact. Here's the steering wheel, so obviously very complicated. You've got lots of different switches and rotaries that we can go to. These ones are in the middle here are basically engine settings and traction control, so we can refine that to basically get the most out of the engine, most out of the traction control off the corners. We've got the radio button here, so ship to shore radio, basically talk to the engineers on the stand, they give us information. We also have a spotter as well that tells us gaps on the track and if there's an incident ahead, and that can be very helpful. Obviously, we need to be able to start and kill the engine, so that's this one here. Pit limiter here, we have these little guards around those important ones so we don't slip in a corner, accidentally turn the engine off or hit the pit limiter. What else we've got here? We've got the dash panel here. We can change brake bias, so if we're locking fronts or rears, we can adjust that here. And we've got other settings, windscreen wipers and things like that.
There's also what looks like a TV screen in the cockpit.
Yeah, we've got a couple of TV screens up here. One sort of just down from the windscreen and another one to the right. So this front one is basically a rear view camera. So it's a bit like in your road car how you'll have a reverse camera, but it's on the whole time. And that's basically so we can see our competitors behind us and keep them at bay basically and cover off any of their moves. The car is very, we've got all the rear wings and aerodynamic stuff on it, so the mirrors aren't the best, so we use that camera heavily. We also have another TV screen here that indicates when the track goes yellow or other things like that, red flags and stuff. So when Bo Barfield, the race director, throws a yellow, it comes up on here, so we know even before we've seen the Marshall screens.
And a not very normal sitting position, legs elevated. It would seem uncomfortable, but it's not?
I mean, it's not as comfy as your sofa at home, but basically this seat is made, it starts off like a beanbag. So it has all these tiny little beads, and you basically, they maneuver these beads around. So I sit in the beanbag essentially, and they maneuver all the beads around. And then what they do is they put resin in, and it sets all the beads together, and it basically molds this perfect seat around me. And we have this mesh here, which is for seat cooling, to try, a bit like in the road car, try and keep us as cool as can. You know, the cockpit can get up to 110, 120 degrees, so they try and keep us as cool as we can. And myself, Oliver, and Jonathan, we're all quite similar heights, quite tall as drivers. So what you'll see in some cars where you have a tall driver and a short driver is they'll put like a seat insert in, which is essentially like a booster seat.
Right.
And they'll put that seat in, and then they'll get in and they can reach the pedals. What we've got, we're all quite similar heights. So if you see here, we've got these couple of little pumps, and that's basically, we've got a couple of airbags situated, one in the lumbar and one in the sort of rib area.
In the bolsters, yeah.
Yeah. And we can just tweak that pressure up and down just to give us, obviously we're all slightly different, it just gives us a little bit of support in different areas where we need it. So that's more or less the keys to the car. Obviously we've got paddle shift, 6 gears. We've got another couple of rotaries up here that do, this dims all the lights, so when 24 hours at Daytona, obviously we need, just like in a road car, we need different settings in the lights, and this is for power steering on this side. So
a little bit of mood lighting at 200 miles an hour.
Exactly. Yeah, you can adapt it however you wish. And then there's obviously down in the footwell there, we've got 3 pedals. So we have a traditional clutch with the foot pedal rather than something technical on the steering, and then obviously brake and throttle.